We're going back to Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Welcome back in. This is episode. Oh boy, what episode is this? 6 of the
Six.
Bros Watch the Expanse. We're covering season 5, episode 6 of the Expanse. This one was called Tribes. Um,
Appropriate.
apologies for the delay in getting this episode out to all of our loyal followers. Your boy had to make a little move across country, and so it took a little bit to get the internet fired up. But here we are. We couldn't miss an episode, so we're back. A
Yeah.
couple days late, but we're back.
We gotta do it. A day late. It's not a couple.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We're good.
kick us off.
All right. So I guess the start of the episode is just Ava Sarala. This is probably the first time we've seen her as distraught as she is. She was a little more affected when she went into space with Bobby and Jules Pierre Mal, but the fact that she can't contact her husband is kind of devastating right now.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, it's fine. I didn't like that actor in that spot anyway.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I hope they don't bring him back, just because I don't think he really added anything to the show.
They didn't have a good chemistry, and the fact that they got rid of I think his name was Brian George. It just didn't feel right, you know. But anyway, she gets offered a position, and
very sneaky.
yeah,
Notice she didn't even say like let me call my husband back real quick. She was like, okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, she definitely wants blood for this. Of course, she's gonna accept it. She's not gonna say no and be like,
Well, it's not even she wants blood. She wants that power back, and this is a way for. I didn't take that as she wants revenge at all. I took it as this is a way for her to work her way back into Secretary General.
Yeah. Also, very uncharacteristic. No cuss word there. She wasn't like fucking. Of course, I want it.
Yeah. I like the little story from the guy who's now in charge because you can they set it up like he's going to get steamrolled by Officer Alla at some point. You know, he was like,
Yeah.
well, I just delivered drone delivery systems and I thought I could do a better job than the guy that was there, so I ran for office and I won.
I was on a field trip with some kids. Like what?
Yeah, the guy's he must be way down the list. This dude.
I would say so because like you would assume some of her cabinet was like in the plane with her and may have just been killed otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess something that kind of cracked me up was as they were kind of zooming in to show what the start of Amos and Clarissa's journey was. Florida was just totally underwater.
Oh, was it?
Like
I know.
now that's not because of the asteroids, the impacts. That's just because of the global warming and everything.
Oh, so that's been a steady like.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, we're like
Either
most
way.
of Florida is like 10 feet above sea level. We're totally screwed if it goes up at all.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like I like the fact that we kind of I thought it was weird. So he's trying to protect Peaches the whole time, but they basically told him not to come back to Baltimore, and he said I'm not. And now
Yeah.
that's his only. Now he says he can go back to Baltimore because he knows people that can help. When those same people told him not to come back.
That's true.
Amos,
Eric was like, look, you come back, I'm gonna kill you.
yeah, like ever since he's been on Earth, like Amos hasn't made a ton of sense. I don't know what I don't know, and I mean we're gonna get to that at the end.
Foreshadowing. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll bring that back up again at the end. But it's just like at that moment I was just thinking like, why? He's just not. It's not normal Amos. He's not. He ain't got his head screwed on straight.
Yeah, I mean, he says so himself later. But something that happens right after that is we get the just a real small scene of the aftermath of Bobby and Alex trying to
And
get away.
I love this scene though. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about it then.
oh man, Bobby has that badass power suit on, and she comes out just shredding belters. Pap, 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 pap. See ya.
Yep. That's not even like her new suit. She mentioned that was an older model. But they have this plan where Alex is going to climb up and sabotage.
Yeah, being sneaky, putting the grenade on her. which he had to jump from their ship to that ship, and then after he placed a grenade, has to jump back. But they were pulling away, and Bobby couldn't hold the thing, and so the spaceship's flipping, and you can see him like kind of calculating in his head how he was gonna if he could make the Razorback again. And I mean, of course he did, but it was given how this season is gone, I was like,
maybe he just goes.
He might just drift off.
I'm sure the writers may have felt better if that happened now.
Yeah.
But it's space, so he can't turn. He can't even look at the thing. He's just like, I hope I got this right.
Just hoping he calculated right in his head. Yeah.
Yeah. Right after that, we get another. We had a lot of like interpersonal relationships in this episode, but we got just enough to say to progress other storylines a little bit. Like the Bobby and Alex stuff, and then we see Holden making sure that the reactor isn't going to explode on him, and they are on the hunt, which I was excited. I thought the episode was going to be more Holden on the hunt, but
and of course, reporter lady had to stick her nose in there again.
Monica,
I don't know who's. I told you her name is reporter lady.
Yeah, I know. It's killing me though.
But she's like, oh yeah, I don't know who's on Tycho. They could still be trying to take me out. Like, okay, lady, come on. Just tell us you want to be nosy and be near Holden. Like,
yeah, I don't believe that because she's a reporter. Of course, she wants to be in the middle of the action.
Yeah, of course she does.
All right,
but also now I said the Rossi was going to get involved here.
Yeah.
And the Rossi is good. We're about to get involved.
But see, here's the thing. Up until now, we've had where the Rossi could at least put up a fight, but we know that the people they're going after, they have Mars ships. They have Mars frigates now. And they have lots of pieces in the Free Navy that add up to lots of Mars technology.
But haven't they've been upgrading the Rossi? Like we've seen several times where they've gotten upgrades throughout the show.
Yeah, but they've also taken a lot of shots to the Rossi up to this point in the show.
That's true.
But it's going to be difficult with just one ship. I feel like they're going to get some help from Mars and the Earth, or the UNSC.
I think with Avasarala back on the cabinet, the UN, Avasarala back on the cabinet is definitely going to play a part in whatever encounters coming when the Rossi catches up to the Zemea.
Yeah. Because there's no way the Free Navy has enough ships, even if they rally the whole belt.
Like, he keeps... Well, see, that's the thing. Marco's whole deal, the whole deal he's counting on is that the proto-molecule gets to him first. That he has it in his hands. Because if he don't have that, guess what? It's open season on the belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like...
They're going to strip everything.
100%.
And it'll 100% be Marco's fault. And speaking of Marco, the scene after we see Holden take off is
I love this scene, by the way, this next scene.
Yeah, this was so good. Freaking so we have Marco pissed off that Naomi threw a wrench into his plans. She saved the Rossi, and he knows that Holden is basically like his linchpin. Like Holden could ruin the whole thing because people aren't going to be willing to fire on him. He's like a savior to the entire solar system.
Yeah.
So him not dying at Tycho is a big issue for Marco.
But also, we get the argument between Philip and the big dude. His name escapes me right now. The big fella.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Get the phone here and look it up.
Yeah. We get the argument, and it's very clear that they've had these sorts of disagreements before. And
Sin.
Yeah,
and they've had some kind of, not necessarily about Naomi, but they've butted heads before in the past and have come to blows. And I just thought it was because the rest of the crew, like when you see the rest of the crew, when he says, why don't you do it yourself? Make me! That was so sweet. That was a big moment there.
He bluffed Marco. Like he called his bluff, and Marco's like, yeah, okay, I don't want to do it.
I got better stuff to do.
And one of the most important things here, it's a little later, but I I think it was actually right after this scene. Philip talks to Naomi, and one of the very
Well,
important things.
it was kind of what. Before you get to that, I want to say there was another little bit. Well, no, because this is. Are you talking about the first time he says when he goes in to yell at Naomi?
Yes,
Okay.
and I think this was from that time and not the second conversation. But she says, and this is so relevant to what's going on right now, current events. I know he wouldn't die for you, but he would let you die for him.
Yeah,
And like
exactly.
that's exactly Marco. He's not gonna get his hands dirty. He's gonna have everyone else do it. That's been his whole motto.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I thought you were talking about later when they go back to that scene,
Yeah,
when after Drummer and her faction shows up, and Drummer knows they're walking into a trap, but everybody else is kind of slowly realizing like they're not gonna let us leave, and
yeah.
Drummer knew that. I mean, she had to know that.
And well, let's keep going on that because
Yeah, well,
they
she's
give
gonna
them the
try.
option.
She's trying to take
But
him down from the inside.
yeah, I think she's finally
Yeah,
realizing where the cards are right now
yeah,
because I think she wanted to kill him. She was gonna kill him if they let her keep her weapon, but uh, they give them the option to either join or go
yeah.
free. But they were definitely gonna kill him if they didn't go.
But
And then they talk.
I think to her it's an important option too. Like as the scene unfolds, she sees like, oh man, he's got like some good reasoning to get people to go behind him. So I think she's gonna realize that I can't just kill him. Like I've got to show why he's wrong.
Yeah, and that's why when they go back, when Drummer's crew go back and talk, they have a little bit of back and forth. The typical like you have one or two people that are like, no, we can't join him. He's crazy. They
Yeah.
have another two people that are like, no, we have to. He's done what the no one has ever done with the belt. And then the guy at the end very smartly points out there
Mm-hmm.
is no choice.
Right.
The choice has been made for us. He's already brought the entire belt into
Right.
this war.
Right. Yeah. Like you have to join. You are now at war with the inners.
Yes. If they go off on their own, Marco said they wouldn't be protected, and that is true because they wouldn't have the rest of the belt protecting them. But like, they don't have a choice. It's fight with the belt or just die, and
Mm-hmm.
they probably wouldn't last long without resources.
And I think Drummer. Also, there was a little like again the details in this show. They slid in a little thing where he talks. She points out about needing soil from Earth,
Yeah,
to grow food for the belt, and he kind of slips in about the guy who built the Ganymede's agrodomes. And I
yep.
just thought again, we always talk about how there's always so many callbacks and so many things that happen throughout the course of the show that that's just like a little detail that I just love that the writers throw in.
I don't think I've ever seen a show with so much foreshadowing that doesn't seem like it's foreshadowing when it happens. Like stuff could be happening right now that we get a callback in next season.
Right.
Or like if they do season 7 through 9, then that happened then. Like there's so much stuff that again, like I mean, like City Mang, like when they had him on the ship, all that stuff, that's foreshadowing, and
Yeah.
it doesn't really seem like it at the time.
Yeah. And so I think again, speaking of going back to, I think this is the last part we need to talk about. Talking about Amos not having his head screwed on right since he's been on Earth.
Yeah.
They go to the survivor guy, you know, and
Well,
Amos.
first they encounter the loner in the forest,
Right.
and that's an important part because it shows that it really shows that tribal mentality.
Yeah, yeah,
I had the quote here. It's the thing about civilization is it keeps you civil. Lose
yeah.
one and you can't count on the other. Humanity is tribal. When things are good, the tribe expands. In times of desperation, the tribe shrinks to protect those within it. Now
Yeah.
we're a tribe of two. And he tells that to
And
Kalista.
yeah, and I've seen that read it in various forms, more or less. That sounded like a very similar quote, paraphrasing that. So it's like it's a pretty common thing that's come up throughout history, but yeah, it's interesting that he, you know, you kind of get again. Speaking of Amos not having his head screwed on right, it's weird because does he love her? Is he just like I don't think it's a love thing. I think
Yeah.
there's some kind of reason that he's like very fond of her. That's like real deep seated. That's not
I think that he wants to. So, a really long time ago, I think that Naomi explaining, or he, they explained how Naomi was more of a sister to Amos and how she was kind of like his moral
right,
compass.
right.
Uh, I think that's what he wants to be for Clarissa. He wants
He
to bring
wants
her
to be
back. He
her
wants
moral
to,
compass. Yeah,
yeah. Um, but the thing is, like, Amos doesn't really understand that, and he even says that himself. He's like, "Look, if I think this was in season 2 or something when they pick up Miller, he was like, "Look, if Captain says he wants you dead, then I'll kill you." It's like
yeah, yeah.
he's like, "I don't know if killing you is the right thing. I don't know if killing you is the wrong thing. But if Captain says he wants it done, then I'll do it."
Right, yeah. And
Okay.
he's always gonna, yeah. But I think we're gonna get some kind of explanation there, because like I think that Clarissa thinks that Amos is in love with her, but I don't think he is at all. I think like you were
Yeah.
saying, it's some kind of he's trying to save her, not because he loves her, but because he feels like he owes it to her or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen how when Amos wants to have sex with somebody, he goes after it, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, no,
here, it's definitely it doesn't seem like a romance situation, and I honestly
no.
hope they keep it
I hope
at
they
the
do
way it
too.
looks right
I
now.
think it would be. I think at this point it would be a cop out to make them romantically involved.
Yeah, but we do get we do get a great excuse to get West Chatham naked.
Yeah, the guy makes him strip to prove he's got no weapons, and then the click heard round Baltimore, or the woods outside
Yeah,
of Baltimore at least.
well, yeah,
Um,
maybe.
yeah, and so she comes up, does the little click. I still don't know. Is it something in her mouth that is like a trigger? I
Yeah,
don't.
I think it's more of a trigger, not like the whole thing is there, because they mention it being like her whole endocrine system, and I
Yeah,
think that's like a molar or something that she just pops,
like yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's
Okay.
like triggers the system.
That's what
But
I
yeah,
thought when she originally started using it back. I don't even remember when she popped up. Was it late season 3 that she popped up?
yeah, yep.
Okay.
It was the second half of season 3.
But anyways, yeah.
Um,
So and obviously, she comes up, takes homeboy out real quick, passes out, and again,
covers
Amos
weapon,
Amos
covers
brings her
Amos in blood.
in. Yeah, Amos. Well, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But again, Amos brings her inside, cleans her up, gets her new clothes, puts a splint on her. Again, speaking of details, pretty cool splint action there. Like obviously, however
Yeah, they're
thousand
like
years in
air
the future,
cast.
however thousand years in the future they are, or whatever.
It's like 250, I think.
250 years.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously they would have a splint like that. So again, just another little piece of detail, but
Yeah,
um,
we do
the
see Clarissa is very obviously going through withdrawal.
yeah, yeah.
They keep showing that, and like I would hope that she's gonna be okay after that instead of just being all messed up. But it's definitely some sort of withdrawal from the drugs that they had kept her
Yeah,
suppressed with.
the mod blockers or whatever they had her on. But then I think then the last, well, going back to the drummer deal, I kind of skipped over. I wanted to bring it up initially, and then we skipped over it. I forgot about it. As she's leaving to go back to her ship with what's her
Yeah,
name? I can't even remember that girl's name. Um, I got it right here in front of me.
I don't remember either.
Actually, I don't have it. What's her character's name? Hold on. I'm gonna get it. Corral.
Raw. Okay.
Corral. So Corral goes back with Drummer, and Marco gives her a whole, oh, this is how we stay, one family, one faction, and she says, no, he's my family, he's not crew. That's where you got it
Yeah.
wrong. And then she says something to Philip about the behemoth with his mother, Naomi,
Yeah.
and it's the first time that Philip has really slipped in front of other people, because he said, and you can see Drummer kind of thinking like something's not right here.
Yeah.
Like it almost seemed like she sensed that Naomi was there.
Well, she needed the confirmation. She was like, "You want me to say to Naomi?" Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and like Marco says something at first, like, make sure you tell Naomi something when you see her,
Yeah.
and then she says, to Philip about the behemoth and says, maybe one day I could tell you or something. And he goes, well, I can just ask her. Oh boy.
Yeah, I think he was like, why would I need to?
Yeah. Dad's not gonna be happy about that one.
Oh, you've done it again,
Yeah.
Philip.
And then he goes, and this is where I'm kind of not happy because how many episodes ago did I call him like flipping in favor of his mother?
Yeah.
Right. He goes and sits down and tell me about the behemoth, mommy.
Yeah. Yeah, and like,
you know what I'm saying?
I think
like,
the only reason that makes sense is because of the guy that stood up, Sin, because of Sin standing up to Marco.
Yeah.
And
but like we don't need,
like,
we don't need this. We don't need that plot line in the show right now. We don't need
I know
it.
it's very cliche. It's very cliche.
It's so cliche. That's really been my only complaint about this season has been that storyline.
Yeah, I agree. The rest of the writing has been phenomenal, but yeah, it's very, very cliche. We did get the account on the factions. They say like about 100 factions in the
Well, they've
OTA,
said that. They've said that before.
Yeah, I was never real clear on it, but we'll say 100.
Yeah. And then, of course, I think it was the last line of the episode. Our boy Amos says,
yeah.
She says something like, "Did we really need to do that? Like, we're just really, basically, like, we're terrible people.
We're just bad. Are we the baddies? Like,
yeah, like, are we the bad guys? Like, we are the bad guys." And Amos goes, "Yeah, we are. I need to get back to my crew."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he 100% recognizes that his moral compass is off, and he called it wrong on the guy that was out in the forest. He played this wrong. He was even like, Holden would have never approved of this.
Well, yeah, he does say that, but I don't think it's even so much a moral compass. He needs that structure. Like he needs to be kept in check and told like what to do. Because left to his own devices, he defaults back to kind of his Baltimore style roots where, whatever goes,
Yeah, and he's being very tribalistic. Like his own words express what his mentality is. Like he doesn't really care about anything besides him and Clarissa right now. If he gets back to a bigger tribe with his crew, maybe they'll start to come back, and we'll see the Amos that was on the Rocinante.
Right.
But yeah, he's definitely a little off right now.
So I think that covers everything in this episode. I believe we got to it all, and again, can we please get just either Philip or Naomi needs to die soon before the season's over? I can't. If they come back in season 6, listen. If they come back in season 6 with both of them alive and all goody two shoes together, I'm gonna be really mad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be really mad.
I think if I was writing this, I would make people think it's cliche, and then right as they've like they're getting to the end, and like maybe Philip looks like he's gonna flip, Naomi dies. Right there. Just kill. You gotta kill one of them. You give a little bit of hope, and then snatch it away.
Is it too much to ask for like a accidental double spacing?
Yeah. That if they were like just hugging nicely.
Mommy.
Yeah.
I would be alright with that. Anyway.
Yeah. Just like the Toy Story, like holding the hands as they go down into the forest.
But anyway, all right, that wraps us up. Episode 6 of The Bros Watch the Expanse. This one was on tribes. And so we'll be back hopefully next week at our normally scheduled time, right after the episode drops. And since I'm in the Central Time Zone now, I can get to it a lot earlier in the day, so I can get it edited. When we record, get it edited up, on a Tuesday night and get it out for the people. For you, the people.
I give it to you.
I give it to you. The people.
You can't resist the Bane voice, can you?
No, I love a good Bane. I know
it's infectious.
I love a good chance to. Do you feel it, Judge? Anyway. Yeah. All right, that's it. We've clowned around enough. We'll see everybody. Make sure you like, rate, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Leave us a comment. Hopefully, I'll be able to check on the comments this time. Again, I was in the ether for several days the past week, so we're back to normal recording schedule.
Yeah.
Be back here next week with episode 7. Go on.
Snap.